go check out customcars.com. Custom with the K, cars with the Z. And they are a sponsor of our NFL offseason talk. But let's get into the draft. We have our first round here. We won't go through everything, but some stuff that sticks out. Some very interesting. Obviously, Will Levis was a very, very interesting drop from Grace. We haven't seen anything like that since Aaron Rodgers.
If we look at the first round, right?
Yeah.
The Eagles, obviously, we think won the draft. Do you think that as well?
I think the Eagles did win the draft.
I thought they won the whole weekend.
Yes.
They traded for Swift, which they needed a back.
They needed a back.
Right? So they traded for Swift. They have 3 players off that Georgia defense they drafted, right?
Yes.
And 2 from last year.
And listen, that was the concern, right? Half of their team was free agents and on defense. But here's why I like it. You're bringing Georgia's defense has been the best the last 2 years.
3
years. And now you have 4 or 5 dudes.
5 dudes off of that defense.
Off of that defense. Guys who have played right next to each other.
Right.
And with defense, it's such a chemistry thing, man. You have to be able to trust guys next to you. You have to do your assignment.
Right, you know where that next guy is going to be. Imagine that.
I think, man.
That line.
Dude.
That line.
Oh, that defensive line got better.
And faster. And stronger.
And younger.
And everything.
Yes. So shout out to the Eagles GM. He seems to be just running circles around the rest of the NFL when it comes to free agency. I mean, because that A.J. Brown that was a steal.
That was an awesome trade.
They got Swift for a fucking 7th round pick.
Yeah, well, I think it was a 4th round for next year.
Whatever.
Still.
It was ridiculous. So that's one of my winners. Anything else stand out really?
Besides Detroit?
That was a shocker.
So for me, I understand everybody early on, the fucking draft grade and blah, blah, blah. And Gibbs, you could have got here, and he's a 2nd round talent and all that.
Yeah.
Everybody's, that's what everybody's on TV for. And, we can say that the Lions reached, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's say in 3 years, and you redraft as you always do, right? And you look at that. Well, what if Gibbs is a fucking superstar?
Yeah.
Was he a bad pick at 12 if he turns out right? Then it's not a reach.
Yeah.
We see it right now as, it's a reach.
Well, listen, I thought he was amazing, but I know you have a certain view on it, and give your take on it.
I think, we talked about last week about the gambling suspension to the 2 receivers, right? To Jamison Williams. And
another Bama kid.
Right. And it's probably going to be 6 games from the rumor. So Gibbs is a similar player, but who can run the ball from the backfield. So they wanted to replace him in the meantime, and you're getting what they think is a superstar back.
Superstar, and he has shown in Alabama, he was in the slot many times.
Yeah.
So I get it.
I think he's electric, and he's not Bijan, right? But he's an electric player with awesome hands. He can play in the slot. You can give him the ball in the backfield, screens, this, that.
Now he came from Georgia Tech?
Georgia Tech went to Alabama.
Yeah.
And Georgia Tech, he was lights out.
Listen, I think that's where we're headed as far as running backs go. You're going to have to be able to line up in that slot.
To do it all.
You look at the top freaking guys and CMC, if you get a guy to catch, and that's what, you want a 3rd down back that could run in between the tackles. And that's what I think Gibbs can do. And the obvious thing is I heard a stat that Hutchinson, who was the 1st round pick or 2nd pick in the draft last year, was the most double-teamed defensive end in all of NFL.
Right, so you'd think they'd take another defensive end.
Yes.
But they have the kid from Jackson State, which they picked late last year, and he was impressive.
Yeah.
Right, and I think he was the only guy, 4 sacks in first 4 games, something like that, a sack in every game's first 4 games out of an HBCU school or something like that. And he played pretty good at the end of the year, by the way. So, and they really like him. I still would have picked up another guy as well.
Can you pull up the Lions because they needed corner. Their corners are getting really old. They needed corner. Listen, they were the worst defense in the league last year. So they needed defense, and everyone devalues running backs right now. But
this draft had 2 very high.
Yes, 2 very high, which is very odd. What do we got, Eddie Money?
So their 12th pick was Jamar Gibbs. 18th pick, linebacker Jack Campbell. Their
Solid.
Two second-round picks were tight end Sam Laporta and a DB Brian Branch.
That Branch is fucking awesome
stud.
pick.
Yes.
And then, good.
Who's that?
Oh, no, third round, they got Hendon Hooker. And then they got a D-tackle, Broderick Martin. And then they got an O-line and a wide receiver in the 5th and 7th.
See, I think I'm going to early pick right now for Defensive Rookie of the Year, Brian Branch. I think he's going to have a chip on his shoulder.
He is a stud. I projected him.
And he's going to start right away.
He's going to start right away. He's a plug and play. The pick I hate, and I'm not because I hate Hooker, but they're already talking about giving fucking Goff
an extension.
Hendon Hooker is 25 or 26 years old. He's only 3 years younger than Goff. I think that was a wasted pick.
Is this Goff's 6th year in the league?
It's a wasted pick to me. I did not understand that at all.
I think here, though, if you look at Goff's history, he fell off that last year with the Rams.
True.
So if he falls off this year, which he doesn't look like he will, right? If we look at the last 2 seasons.
I mean, they were scoring 40 45.
Games. Yeah,
I mean,
30.
That offense was incredible.
They had some awesome games. So,
yeah.
I don't mind the pick. I wouldn't have done it. I probably would have picked another defensive player because Goff is still very young.
Yeah.
28 years old or whatever. So
I would have gone some more defense and waited till next year because.
But maybe they find value later on with Hooker.
Maybe. The thing that bothers me with Hooker is how old he is. You're getting a rookie quarterback. He's not going to start this year. So when he starts, he's going to be 27. That's fucking Chris Winkie. All over again with the neck roll at quarterback.
I love it.
Yeah. Well,
Seattle, I thought, did pretty well as well.
People have them a definite winner.
Everybody who had 2 picks. The Lions, obviously, are the one there. What do you think about the Saints draft with your boy Derek Carr over there?
So let's pull up the Saints real quick. They
went defense, and more defense.
Yes, and they went Jake Haener, I believe, the super
Fresno State,
who I called. He will be starting by week 8.
Oh, you hater! Hater!
Yes, I am a well-known
Derek Carr hater.
So the Saints got Brian Brees at 29.
Good, solid.
Second
pick.
round, they got Isaiah Foskey.
Yep, defensive end.
Notre Dame. Got Kendra Miller, running back from TCU.
Huh?
And they got a O-lineman from Old Dominion, Nick Saldiveri.
Tackle.
They got Jake Haener, quarterback. Jordan Howden, safety from Minnesota.
Yeah.
And a wide receiver from Wake Forest named A.T. Perry.
I mean, to me, they needed defense, right? And they have offensive weapons. My favorite pick is Jake Haener. I think I just think
you hate Carr this much.
I do, and I think Haener is probably a little bit more athletic than Carr,
I think Carr
has more balls.
I think Carr wins 11 games this year. 11 games.
He has to play out of the conference. You know that, right?
That's fine.
And not all 11 are against fucking
the NFC South.
Atlanta Falcons.
I think he's going to win 10 or 11 games. Win the division.
You done fell and bumped your head, man.
All right, man. We're going to see.
Yes, because I do not. I know the division sucks, but it doesn't suck that bad. To me, I already told you I think losers. I think the Patriots had the worst draft.
You also think the Lions are losers.
I did not like the Lions. I did not like their, I don't know why people have them as winners. I think the Texans did an amazing job. No one saw that coming.
No.
To pick Stroud.
And then Will Anderson.
Then trade back down. That was effing awesome. And shout out to D'Amico Ryans for saying, you know what? I'm getting both of them. I thought that was awesome. Who else did the Texans get, Eddie Money? Because I was very impressed with I just think that was a G move, getting Will Anderson and C.J. Stroud. And if you guys know, against the spread last year, I loved Houston.
At the end of the year, they were very good.
They played hard.
At the end of the year, they were
Yeah.
very good against the spread.
Do you think Stroud starts week 1?
Oh, brother. I want to say yes, but
Me too. I want to say yes.
I want to say yes.
I want to say yes. Who'd they get, Eddie Money?
So they got a center from Penn State, Juice Scruggs.
Juice Scruggs.
Nathaniel Dell, wide receiver from Houston.
Fast, good. That's a great pick.
Dylan Horton, DN from TCU. Linebacker from Alabama, Henry To'o.
I like that pick. That's a good pick.
Then they got Jarrett Patterson, a center from Notre Dame. Xavier Hutchinson, a wide receiver from Iowa State.
Yeah.
And the safety, Brandon Hill from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think they had one of the worst O-lines. Scruggs from Penn State is listen, his first name is Juice. Come on, man. You got to.
Hey, Juice Scruggs, man.
Yeah, I love that draft. I think the Houston were definite winners. I did not, and listen, obviously I'm a Raider fan. I loved the first pick. I mean, there was a lot of controversy. A lot of Raider fans hated it.
Okay, we talked about it like a month ago. I asked you, I said, Eddie, what if they got a defensive end to play across from on the other side of Crosby? Because Jones, if you have, because we talked about their situation with their back line is terrible. Their corners or safeties are no good. But if you have two really good defensive ends,
it
makes those dudes that much better, right?
And I don't think people realize this, but you remember when the Giants beat the Patriots and they had that famous NASCAR package, right? You had
OC, JPP, Strahan.
Basically like 4 defensive ends, but they were all big.
And they were all standing up.
They're all big. People don't know that Tyree Wilson played a lot of inside tackle. He's big enough. He's 6'7", 270 something, and he's going to get bigger. He's going to get to the 280, 285. I think you're going to see a lot of him inside, and Chandler Jones, Max Crosby, and I think you're going to see a lot of Ty Wilson inside in the 4-3. That's why I did not like their 4th-round pick from Alabama, that D tackle. He's not going to be a starter. Young. Yes, Young. He will not start because they have Bilal Nichols. So, to me, and Chandler Jones did restructure his contract.
He needed to.
Yes,
stealing money.
Yeah, he's stealing fucking money. But I think you're going to see a lot of that. The tight end, they traded back up to get arguably the best tight end in the draft from Notre Dame, Myers. I think he's an upgrade from, the ex-rapper / football player, Darren Waller.
I don't know that you can't do that.
I mean,
you got to show me something. He might have more potential.
True.
But Waller was awesome 2 years ago.
He was amazing. That was the problem.
Top 3 tight end going into the year last year to start the season.
Currently the most expensive paid tight end.
Yeah.
So I like what the Giants did, by the way.
I think the Giants had a great draft.
Pick corner with their first pick, Deontay Banks, who I liked.
Stud.
Right, so I think the Giants did well. I think the Giants are built. Look, before this draft, I thought, in my opinion, the Eagles would not make the playoffs.
Yeah,
behind Dallas and the Giants, just because that Super Bowl hangover, blah blah. But when you come out and you draft that, it's like okay, we might have these 3 teams again in the playoffs.
You're back in business. I think right now Eagles are everyone's saying heavy favorite to get back to the Super Bowl. But the Giants also got a freaking center who was like the best offensive lineman. They say he's like a can't miss. Like
John Michael Schmitz.
Yes.
Everyone
Schmitz. Loves him.
Everybody loves that.
Everybody loves him. That's a solid. That's someone that, especially in New York, you think about famous linemen. That's someone who's going to be there for 10 years.
Yeah, and he can play all 3 positions on the line,
and
by the way, if you need him to.
Stud. So I love what the Giants did. Another great. And
then let's cover this one because I don't like him, right? AR-15.
Oh,
and I'll tell you,
Colts, I think are winners.
We'll see.
At least,
but I'll tell you this. I will tell you this, and I said it. I've said it, and I said it here week after week after week. That is the best roster of the teams picking in the first 4. To me, I think that's a playoff roster. You just needed a quarterback. Now you have a coach. Coach comes from the Eagles. They pick AR-15. They have the best or top 3 running back in the league. Yep. Offensive line's pretty good. Defense is going to get better.
Yep.
Right? So you have a receiver. Okay. You picked up another. You're there.
Yeah.
Now, he can't start. and we know this, that he can't start. So we know that he
That's
can't.
not what they're saying.
Oh, well. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a pick who I think should start the season for the Colts. And that after, if you can bench him the way they did this year, if he's losing. And I think it's Marcus Mariota.
Ooh, I like that.
If you go, let's not forget, Mariota started the season 7-0 against the spread,
Yes,
by the
he
way.
did.
And Ebuck on this show took Atlanta for that 8th game, and Atlanta went to shit. And Mariota, shout out to Ebuck, by the way, who's at the LAFC game, but which is why I wanted him here to fucking remind him. But Mariota came out, and they were in every game.
On fire.
So now Mariota's the type of guy, he runs the ball. He's not Jalen Hurts, right? He's a cheap. He's, he can be that backup, actually.
Yeah.
He can be that backup.
100%.
So if you pick him up to, compete with AR-15, similar styles.
Yes.
Mariota, obviously a veteran, right? But similar styles, you can run the same offense with both guys.
It made a lot of sense for the simple fact, like you said, that the coach came from the Eagles. He developed Jalen Hurts.
Right.
And it's the perfect fit. I always said that Andy Reid would probably be, but this is also a good fit for AR-15.
Oh, 100%.
Because he's gonna know his strengths.
I wouldn't be shocked if this team competes to win that division with the Jags. Just built on the overall roster, coach, and the system that they're probably going to run. Your running back is so good.
Yeah.
Right? He's so good that he's going to take a lot of that off of AR-15. So now you can run that RPO action with two monsters in the backfield, right?
Yes.
So what better guy to come in and compete with him than a veteran?
I love that.
Mariota.
Is he with the team?
He left Atlanta last year. Remember when he got benched? He left the team. So I was like, yesterday I was kind of like,
you should be Mariota's agent.
Hey, well, fuck. Let's talk, Marcus.
Jerry Maguire, my agent.
But I thought that when you look at the guys who are free agents,
He got
that's what I
signed to
thought.
the Eagles.
Did he really?
Yeah.
No
When?
way.
March 17th.
Oh, I didn't know.
Wow.
See, but we
They were
just said
already
perfect
ahead of
backup.
That's shit.
Yeah, so I had no idea. But
Great
somebody
job.
that style,
That's perfect.
that would be that style that you can have, I think.
And then pull up, because I think, if I'm not wrong, I think Pittsburgh, but I think I saw 4 starters that they might have drafted.
The Steelers?
No, the Colts. I loved their draft.
The Colts did a phenomenal job all the way around.
Yeah, go ahead.
They got Richardson, Julius Brents, cornerback from Kansas State, Josh Downs, wide receiver from North Carolina.
Love me some Josh Downs.
Like that pick, too.
Yeah.
Blake Freeland, tackle from BYU.
BYU, probably 4 kids, 27 years old. Yes.
Already went through it all.
A D tackle from Northwestern. Don't know how to
yes.
say his name.
He dropped. Some people had him in the first freaking round. I can't say his name either, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But those are Josh Downs is going to fit perfect
with on the other side of Michael Pittman.
yeah.
Are you kidding? Maybe even in the slot as well.
And I know I'm a UNC homer, but if you saw his combine, I thought he looked better than Addison. He was right there with Zay Flowers as far as fluid and everything just looked natural.
I love the Zay Flowers pick for the Ravens too, right?
That's a great.
My God.
No more fucking
They
excuses.
had to go wide receiver.
Dude, and they went probably, a lot of people were saying the best wide receiver in the draft in Zay Flowers.
A lot of people
were saying it also based on his makeup, right?
Yeah.
He could have left Boston College. He said, I'm going to come back. I'll finish what I started.
Yes.
And it's awesome. And he gets drafted not far away.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's roll right into that big news and let's look at that contract. Now, we talked so much shit about him not having an agent. But people are saying
pass catchers like Eddie Money.
Or pass catchers, which, they took care of that. But it looks like he, just piggybacked off of Jalen Hurts' contract.
He did it right. And he's not paying that fucking agent fee. Mama, you got to do everything.
Yeah. So
I think, you know what? The way it played out, he got what he wanted at the end of the day, right? The Ravens got what they wanted, it seemed like.
Yes.
He got what he wanted. Now he's just got to grow and win a fucking playoff game. He's got 1 win and 4,
No more effing excuses for his
No
ass.
more. No more.
What? You have the contract, Eddie? What did he get?
170 guaranteed, I think,
guaranteed.
Right?
So it's 5 years, 260 million contract,
Bang,
including 185 million guaranteed and an average annual salary of 52 million.
Damn, Gina.
Damn.
Dude. Yeah. He's buying
Big
dinner.
money.
He's buying dinner.
Big money, and I think he's going to come out and put that in the past. It's done.
Yes.
And now he's going to come out and he's going to be a dog.
Yes.
I think he'll have a chance this year to win MVP.
What's the saying? Is it Batman or Spider-Man? With great...
That's Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility.
Yes. Now, you know what? It's on his ass. I don't want to hear that he doesn't have receivers. I don't want to hear that he's being disrespected. I'm not getting money. He's the highest paid fucking quarterback in the NFL.
He has two first. Bateman was a first round pick last year for
Bateman
them,
was the
right?
first round. Rashard Bateman.
They had Zay
stud.
Flowers this year. They
They
have
had-
2 first round picks in the last 2 years, and they had Beckham.
Yes.
They have Edwards, a very, very, very good,
Good
tight
tight
end.
end.
Very good tight end. That team, they're going to get Dobbins will be fully healthy, right?
Yes.
In the backfield.
Yep.
I mean, that offense has everything that he needed.
Yes. So with great power comes great responsibility, Mr. Lamar Jackson. Put up or shut up.
I'm going to give you a pick right now.
Bang,
Ravens,
bang.
Ravens are going to win the AFC North
Bang, 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 bang.
over the Cincinnati
Where's
Bengals.
our damn bell at?
That's a blue chip pick. I'm giving you that right now. The Ravens win the AFC North.
I love it.
And Lamar, possible MVP.
In top 3?
Oh, at top 3. I think it's going to be Lamar.
Patty, Burrows.
I don't think it's going to be Burrow.
Woo.
I don't think it's going to be Burrow. I'm going to give it to you right now.
It's a contract year for Joe.
That's fine. It doesn't matter what he does. He can fucking get hurt week 6.
Doesn't matter.
Still getting paid.
Yeah,
Good
point.
This is a homer pick, according to you. Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen.
Not a fan.
Not going to put Mahomes.
Not a fan of the receiver from TCU.
Johnson?
Quentin Johnson?
I like him, but I didn't think I would have went with Zay Flowers. I would have went with the speedy receiver for the Los Angeles Chargers.
A lot of guys are talking about that Johnson's going to have a shit ton of catches and yards. And
I think that was their. I knew that was the receiver they're going to get based off Keenan and Mike Williams. Mike Williams is out too much, and like his injuries are terrible. So it's perfect
and
replacement.
Keenan's out too much.
Yep.
They're both out. They've both been out.
I liked receiver for them. I just would have liked a fast twitch, quicker, speedy receiver because they don't have that. I mean, they have the number 1 kid from Tennessee who showed up at the end, played pretty well from the Chargers.
DeAndre Carter.
Is
Carter
it
or Palmer?
Palmer.
Josh Palmer.
Josh Palmer.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's good.
Yeah, he's good. And now you add Johnston, and they're going to be. I think Herbert's going to be in that MVP talk with Lamar
Again.
Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes will come in.
Contract year.
Oh, Herbert's got to win a playoff game this year.
Contract year.
Herbert's got to win a playoff game this year. If not, his coach is fired for sure.
Again, he's going to be like
That guy should be
the
fired.
Black Widow of fucking,
He's fucking trash.
coaches. Oh, he has to go. Can I make a blue chip?
Blue chip it, baby.
What's his name? The coach.
Staley.
Staley will be fired after this year because I'm not a believer in the San Diego Chargers. Go back to San Diego.